Hi everyone, it's really a great pleasure to be here at the E-commerce Berlin Expo and share some thoughts about innovation at JTL with you guys. I'm Sebastian, I'm the current CEO at JTL, and I spent almost 20 years in the B2B software space, and during that time I really developed a very strong passion for innovation, especially when it comes to new software products, building those products, but also scaling those products in the market. And so I'm very proud also to share some innovations of JTL with you today. Before I joined JTL, I had been working for 13 years at Develop, which is also a German B2B software brand. And I had the opportunity to make a lot of experiences when it's about scaling a company from 200 to 1,000 employees and also to a revenue of more than 120 million. And that's at least what we want to achieve at JTL in the next years. Besides being a CEO, I try to survive road biking with my wife. She's very fast, so I have to keep exercising to just compete with her. And you can see the picture here. I think it's during the Münsterland Giro last year. That's the region where I live together with my family. So I would really appreciate if we connect after the speech. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and send me some feedback regarding the speech, regarding our thoughts on innovation. For all of you that are not familiar with JTL so far, I just want to introduce some facts about the company. Right now we have 350 employees in the whole group, more than 500 partners. A lot of the partners are attending the event here and are dealing with services around our products, especially when it comes to the JTL shop and our ERP system. We have more than 12,000 paying customers, and what's even more important, a community with more than 60,000 merchants. That's due to the fact that we still want a freemium business model, and a lot of merchants enter the market based on our freemium stack and can grow their business based on our technology, and only after they start to monetize, we start to monetize when they reach certain thresholds. And what's already was mentioned, based on JTL technology in the last year, more than 17 billion GMV were operated based on our technology and based on our platform. And as you can see, we are not only JTL, we are a group since the last year. So in 2024, we acquired 4 companies, CountX, Greyhound, Yera, and also Returners became part of the family. And this is possible because we are backed by HG since 23. So maybe you never heard of HG before. They are one of the biggest private equity companies in the world. Right now, they have more than 50 software companies in their portfolio. And in all the portfolios, about 120,000 employees are working for those companies. And one of the most famous portfolio company is Wismar. When HG entered Wismar or invested for the first time in 2006, they made roughly 20 million of EBITDA. Today, the company is generating an EBITDA of 900 million and was starting with 2.7 billion recurring revenue in this fiscal year. So HG really has a strong background when it comes to building European software champions, and we're really happy to have this partnership with HG. Backed by HG, we will stick to our mission that was always the important success factor of HG, and it was always about automating a lot of the processes online merchants have to deal with. And we do that with a centralized platform that really help merchants to deal with the complexity of today's e-commerce business and all the processes with ease. And our vision is to stick to the mission, but on the other hand, scale JTL to the next level. We really want to build a European champion with a very comprehensive approach when it comes to software, tools on a platform that are covering the whole value chain of the online merchants. And just to give you a concrete example regarding our product vision, we are heavily investing in a new SaaS native platform. We call that JTL Hub. And our approach is that on this platform, you find not only the existing JTL products you are maybe familiar with, but also all the solutions from our acquired companies like CountX, Greyhound, Yera. And besides that, a lot of third-party applications. Because as I already mentioned, JTL has more than 500 partners. And today, those partners are already providing software add-ons, for instance, when it comes to our shop. And we want to transfer this ecosystem to this new kind of platform. So before we dig deeper into the world of JTL's innovations, I want to make a step back and think about the question why innovation matters and is important for us all. So as a father of two, of course, I'm concerned about our legacy, about what will our child have for circumstances, especially when it comes to funding social projects and designing a society based on European values. And I think that welfare is a very crucial aspect if you want to design a society that is socially balanced. Yeah, and when we look at one metric in correlation with welfare, I think the GDP per capita is the right one. And as you can see here, the GDP per capita compared to the US and Germany has a strong gap, and the gap is increasing. And why is that the case? So, of course, this GDP is influenced by a lot of factors. But when we look at the creation of value in the US, we all know the Magnificent Seven. So they have a 7 times higher market capitalization compared to all the DAX companies we have right now in this kind of indice. Why is that the case? So a lot of those companies are very smart when it comes to combining intangible assets like software and data with tangible assets. Think of Amazon. So what were they doing? What was their success formula? They combined software, data, and physical goods, tangible assets like warehouses, goods, logistics, and scaled their business globally by doing that. So when we think of innovation at JTL in the upcoming minutes, we always should keep in mind that a lot of the innovations at JTL are around combining tangible assets like your goods or your logistics with intangible assets, JTL technology, to help you as a merchant to scale your business better and more easily. So, and just to give you a concrete example about innovation at JTL, we want to start with looking in our own data. Besides the big marketplaces like Amazon or eBay, we see really an increasing relevance of focused, specialized marketplaces. So if you compare the growth rates of the fourth quarter last year with the third quarter, you can see a lot of specialized marketplaces, and this is based on our own data. And this is, of course, on the one hand, a big opportunity for you as an online merchant, because you can use more distribution channels to sell your goods. But on the other hand, this increases the complexity, because you have to deal with all these marketplaces, you have to connect your systems, you have to connect your logistics to be able to serve those markets. But to invest in this kind of operational excellence is worth it, because what we see is even the last year was quite challenging for a lot of online merchants. Overall, the amount of orders that were handled based on our marketplace platforms was really increasing compared to the previous year. So as you can see here, the usage data of our clients that are using our SCX platform, as we call it. So that is a platform where all the marketplace connectors JTL provides are handled with. So when we think about concrete innovations for you to deal with the rising complexity of all those marketplaces, we have three concrete aspects here. So I think we have to be aware that a single product is updated up to 700 times per day on Amazon to get into the buy box. You cannot do that manually. You have to care for dynamic pricing. And that's the reason why we are dealing with this kind of innovation, and we will release a new solution to do that in the first quarter of this year. Also, when it comes to the rising amount of marketplaces, we provide more and more connectors so that you can have a single source of truth of all your product data and also the informations that you store in our product information system. But you can distribute and connect, publish and list the products on all different marketplaces automatically. And I think almost every month, our partners provide new marketplace connectors for specialized marketplaces, but also for other European marketplaces that help you to manage the business regarding marketplaces. And as we already saw in some other speeches, AI-generated content is very important. So from my perspective, it's very different to just see a simple picture of a product or to get an animated video of the same product. And today's AI models are able to do that completely automatically. And we want to incorporate those kinds of technologies directly in our systems so that you can use AI-based product asset generation without switching to different systems. And just one concrete example of a customer that is dealing with the marketplace complexity very successfully based on JTL's technology. It's G&L. So they're offering more than 40,000 products on very different marketplaces and also their own online shops. They connected almost 18 marketplaces from A to Amazon, and also to Zalando. So, and they're all doing this based on our technology. So they use the JTL ERP system and all the marketplace connectors we are providing to handle that. And they are also participating in the JTL Fulfillment Network, which is another platform we created to match the demand for warehouse capacity of online merchants with fulfillment services and warehouse capacities of logistic companies. And this is also an aspect that has really an increasing demand. So what you can see here based on our own data, that more and more outbound orders are handled based on our JTL Fulfillment Network platform. So when we think about concrete innovations regarding your logistics processes, of course, we have to highlight the returns management. We just acquired Returnless a couple of weeks ago. And right now, we are really putting a lot of effort to integrate the Returnless product with our JTL ERP system and also with our warehouse management software. And the idea here is that we really create a better consumer experience for your customers by perceiving an end-to-end returns management process that is really handled in a professional way. So, for instance, if a consumer is just using the Returnless returns form in your online shop, it's directly imported in the ERP system. And if you change the status of the returns, it's triggering an alert to the client, and you really have an end-to-end workflow to manage your returns in a very smart way. Another aspect regarding logistics is warehouse automation. What do we mean with this? So we have some partnerships with physical warehouse automation companies like AutoStore, And based on JTL's technology, it's very easy to connect our warehouse management software with those kind of systems to really reduce the effort you need to picking goods in your warehouse. And we also spend a lot of innovation capabilities to provide very deep integrations to the dominant marketplaces like Amazon. When you think of Amazon FBA or Amazon BCS, we really try to incorporate those features very deeply in our ERP system so that you don't have to switch between all the Amazon management products and consoles and the JTL ERP system. One concrete customer story here is Sportfits. They are using AutoStore, as you can see on the picture, to automate their picking process in the warehouse. And they were able to reduce the average time for picking a good in the warehouse from 24 minutes to just 3 minutes. And by doing that, they were also able to reduce the warehouse capacity, or the gained space savings from almost 75%. And what's interesting here is that we can directly connect the JTL warehouse management software with AutoStore. You don't need any middleware or something like that. And the whole integration was done after a couple of days, not weeks or months. So if we think on further innovations that are relevant for you, we also have to keep in mind all the back office processes you are involved with. And in the last year, we saw a very strong demand of the products of CountX, which was acquired last year, and they deal with VAT automation. And as you can see here, their ARR grew heavily based on the demand of the existing JTL clients, but also due to new clients. And we call this aspect VAT Autopilot. So what they do is they provide a SaaS platform, and they can connect you with local tax advisors in different European countries and handle all the OSS work for you. We have a concrete customer example that is maybe emphasizing that a little bit more. Besides dealing with tax automation, of course, you also have to care for your compliance processes. So we had a lot of awareness regarding electronic invoices in Germany. And based on our products from Jira, we of course can offer you to handle all the electronic invoices fully automatically. They are validated, they are transferred to your tax advisor based on DATEV technology, and they are archived in a GUBD compliant way so that you don't have to care for that any longer. And another innovation we are working on right now is to incorporate the tax knowledge of our group members into one product. We call that AI tax validation, and we want to incorporate that in our ERP system to provide tax recommendation in a very early step in the whole process directly in the ERP system. So just to show you some concrete use case from real life, Calitech, they are using almost every JTL product besides our point of sale system. And they decided to outsource their warehouses to Poland and also the Czech Republic based on Amazon FBA. And with the help of our CountX platform, they were able to get the local tax IDs in less than 3 months. And CountX is already covering all the European locations where Amazon warehouses are located. So this is really a very helpful tool to support you by scaling your cross-border sales and also to reduce costs by outsourcing your warehouse to other European countries. Due to the demographics, not only in Germany, but in the whole of Europe, we really have to think about automation. That's a lot of the scope and the focus at JTL, and a lot of clients use us to really automate all their e-commerce processes. And due to the progress Gen AI made in the last 12 months, we really have to think how we can apply Gen AI to even a higher extent to automate processes. So based on the current models, it's possible to generate, for instance, pictures or photos in a much more efficient way. So compared to creating a traditional photo, the improvement is 100,000 times better. And every time when such progress happened in the technology space in the last years, this created a new super cycle of innovation. And in the future, it's not only about creating photos, it's about the ratio of tasks and costs. And everything that can be automated with Gen AI will be automated. So it's really a crucial aspect to stay competitive in the market and to create the margins you need in e-commerce. So in the customer service space, we are really applying Gen AI to automate your incoming service requests. And we are doing that by incorporating also the transactional data of our systems. And by doing that, we are able to automate up to 60% of the incoming service requests in your company. And when you are doing that, you have free capacities in your service organizations, and you can transfer or transform your service organization into a profit center. Because the people there have more time to deal with cross-sell, upsell, and to prioritize service requests based on the expected customer lifetime value. So, and of course, we are dealing with Gen AI when it comes to very individual product consulting, product recommendations. We all know chatbots. We are already applying and incorporating those kind of technologies, for instance, in the JTL shop. But in the future, it will also be using that kind of technology, voice-based, and really produce new kinds of user experiences when it comes to dealing with products. And just to give you another concrete example, this company, Tonytech, is using Greyhound for more than a decade. Greyhound is our service desk product we provide for a long time in the market. But what they did, they really provide a lot of customer service for their online shops and their marketplaces via chat and also via email. And they gradually transitioned from a manual support or customer service process to an AI-based process. And they just achieved different steps with us so far when it comes to automation. And we are pretty bullish that we are able to automate their processes up to 60% or 50% by the end of this year. And we are able to do that not only by using Gen AI, but also using the transactional data in the ERP system, where we exactly know what kind of order status we have, what kind of status and return has. And by combining those kind of data, we can really achieve high degrees of automation. And I think that's also a very interesting aspect for you as an online merchant when it comes to automating your processes and creating a higher level of efficiency. So at JTL, we are really committed when it comes to innovations that help you to run your daily business. And our approach is that we want to support you in a very comprehensive way, especially when it comes to your value chain. So no matter if it's about your sales and marketing processes, managing all the marketplaces or your own online shop, or if it's about your logistics processes, or even the back office processes, as we saw, or your customer service processes. And in the future, our idea is that we will add more and more solutions that are able to serve your daily processes based on our technology, so that you just need JTL as a platform to cover the most of your daily business processes as an online merchant. So, thank you for your time. I really appreciated that you were attending the session and for for your patience here. And I really would love to stay in touch. So it would be great if you were joining or visiting our booth. We are here with all the portfolio companies of JTL Group. And I think there's an opportunity for you to have some direct conversations about the products and the companies I just have shown. Yeah, so, and we also have the opportunity to win some nice prizes if you just scan the JTL badge. I think there are some flyers here around in the audience, and at 3 p.m. There are some nice prizes, and you have the chance, I think, to win an airport or something like that. So feel free to participate there. So thank you very much. As I already said, I would really appreciate if we connect on LinkedIn, send me some feedback regarding JTL, regarding ideas about innovations. Thank you and take care. Bye.